Welcome to BMBBH News with Kev. News without the WS.
66-year-old Vera Liddell is a former Harvey School District 152 employee. She's at the center of a major theft scheme that brewed during the COVID-19 pandemic when students weren't allowed in the classroom. Liddell worked for Harvey Schools for more than a decade. She was a food services director, but after her tenure, she was hired as a consultant in July 2020. In that role, she was in charge of placing food orders. Between July 2020 to February 2022, Cook County prosecutors allege she used her position to embezzle $1.5 million from the school district. Court documents accuse Liddell of ordering more than 11,000 cases of chicken wings.
What the hell? What the hell? What the?
From the district's food provider, Gordon Food Service, GFS, and picking them up with the district's cargo van. At this time, it's not clear what Liddell did with them, but a proffer presented at her bond hearing last week says the food was never brought to the school or provided to the students. It goes on to say even though the children were learning remotely, the school district continued to provide meals for the students that their families could pick up. Court records reveal the manager discovered individual invoices signed by Liddell for massive quantities of chicken wings, an item never served to students because they contain bones. Parents say it's upsetting to know someone may have selfishly taken the funds intended to nourish students.
This is the area that we live in. We live in middle class, lower than middle class in this area. So it really don't surprise me that somebody would try to get over, but it's kind of sad.
I just feel that the people that was watching over that money or whose jobs it was, they need to be looked at because that shouldn't happen.
See, here's the problem I'm having. We don't think about the massive paper trail that we leave behind, because we know we're stealing people's shit. And eventually, something will happen to where you will be held accountable. So it always helps to do the right thing. And 66-year-old Vera Liddell, who is pictured here, is learning that lesson in a very late part of her life where she really should just sit down. And I understand that when you work under circumstances like that, you feel cheated by the system. Life isn't fair, and we all know it. But understand this, we can't just go around, messing with people's stuff. And the fact this is a black person with some chicken makes this quite embarrassing, forwarding some racial stereotypes. But here's what I say about racial stereotypes. It's not a stereotype when you actually do the fucking shit. So here's my thoughts on what she was doing with all this chicken. She probably was the chicken lady. She probably was selling plates on the block. She probably was ordering for people who were selling the chicken, or, just keeping it in their freezers so they can eat or, have like massive cookouts. But yeah, the chicken lady is infamous in these little back roads and black market deals, I would say. But, she had a little racket going. If she had done it like one or two or maybe even three times, she probably wouldn't be in the trouble she's in. But over the course of 3 years, three maybe almost 4 years, say this started during the pandemic, so that would be early 2020. So about 3 years, 11,000 cases. What in the world did she believe was going to happen? I mean, even after the first 1,000 cases, which like 11,000 cases from Gordon Food Services, which I have worked with before, in my past occupations. 11,000 cases equaling $1.5 million. Wow. And the thing is that you can't serve any food with bones to school children. but it was during the pandemic, so they was able to provide food for children who couldn't come to school during the pandemic. So that's how she was able to slip it under the radar. But 11,000 cases? That's stupid. Like, why do people believe it's a good idea to steal from folks? We got all kinds of technologies and systems that will throw up red flags. I was like, our people don't think. And then she's 66 years old. So, I mean, her mentality is from another time. But, you know, this is fucked up. And this is another example of how shit can fly under the radar just because of the gender involved. If it were a man, they would have caught him after the 15th case, especially a black man. Yeah, but I had to put that out there. So anyway, more stupidity. And, you know, Miss Liddell, this is embarrassing. This let's just go ahead and put it out there like that. So anyway, news without the WS. I'm Kev. See you next time.